And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. It is 62 as you're waking up. Now, there could be a little bit of fog where you are from here and there. More tomorrow morning, but there could be some low-lying areas. Streets are a little bit still damp from yesterday. Rain should be moving out this morning as we get back to a regular basis. As we get ready for fall weather, and let me warn you on this, beginning on Sunday night, we'll have your complete forecast. We'll start seeing 47, 42, 43 for nighttime lows. That's real close to that number 3. So something to keep in mind if you've got plants and things of that nature that you don't want to get hurt. Look for that coming next week. Should have some great weather tonight. We'll get down to about 58. Not bad at all. Today's high should reach somewhere between 72 to 73 as we start this day. Our guest this morning is going to be Scott McQuaig. He'll be in at 7 o'clock. A benefit coming up this weekend to help out some kids. He'll be here to do that and sing a song or two for us is what he'll do. Let me turn down some alarms that I've got going on in the background there. That's turn the screen off there. So we'll have that coming up this morning. We do hope you're having a smile and getting ready. Had a cup of coffee so far. Let's check in with Collinsville First Baptist. We'll be back with some headlines and news stories is shaping America this morning.
I love our worship team here at Collinsville. They lead us in our singing each Sunday, and you can tell by watching them that they do what they do with great joy, zeal, and fervor as they serve the Lord. They love to worship and love leading others to do the same. The way they do what they do captures what Paul says in Romans chapter 12, verse 11. In this verse, Paul continues writing about how a follower of Christ should live out this transformed life that comes from being saved. He says, never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor, serving the Lord. This tells us to do what we do to serve the Lord with enthusiasm, with purpose, and with great care. We should do things with spiritual fervor. The word fervor means having enough heat to produce the energy that's needed. What great words to describe how it is we are to serve the Lord. When it comes to serving the Lord, we don't act like a sloth who finds it difficult to move 10 feet at a time. No, serve the Lord with great zeal and fervor that comes from Him as He continually changes us. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Always a great message there if you need to drop in. They'll be there on Wednesday. They'll also be coming up on Sunday. They were there last night as I got my days all straightened out. Go by and visit with them. Great folks. I went by a few weeks ago. Had a great time. Let's talk about something. If you're having trouble of seeing the pulpit, can't see it very good, have your next prescription done at Grayson Optical. They'll really help you out. If you have never met Donnie, drop in, visit with him. He'll show you around the place. When you need a pair of glasses, you can get started as low as $99. They've got so many frames and styles to choose from, and it's always good to have someone that, knows you, where you can get things fixed in a hurry by somebody that's local. Oh, sure, you can order glasses and things and have them made and sent to you, but boy, it sure takes away from having somebody hands-on that knows you that can fix it in no time flat. Right here in Meridian. See, locally owned and operated. You can't miss out on that. Any color that you're looking for, down to reading glasses. Well, maybe you need sunglasses. All these safety glasses, anything that you might need to where you don't have to change a lot, they'll fix you up there. Grayson Optical, again, you'll find them there right on 24th Avenue in 2021, 693-6374 is the number to call. He'll help you out. Get a smile on your face. As we start today, as we look around of what's going on, we do find out that California, someone is very rich, $1.76 billion as the Powerball was drawn. 12 weeks went by without a winner. Somebody in California has it. We wait to see who comes forward. Good luck to them, and I do hope they use it in a good way. It's a lot of money. The big news out of yesterday as we see in Alabama, the kidnapping hoaxer. Do you remember her? Her name was Carly Russell. She was a 25-year-old that, faked being kidnapped on the side of the road. She has been found guilty. She's been fined $18,000. The judge suggests that she spend a year in jail. Now, that may not happen. She's going to also appeal this. We'll see where it goes from there. But $18,000. The manhunt was extensive. of people looking for her. Is this enough? It's up for the courts to decide, and we'll see what becomes of it. But she will appeal. Sometimes I don't know if it's just pay what you did, your debt to society, I think is what I was looking for, and roll on. Justin Bieber. I don't know how to say this or how to word it when people, because this happens a lot with celebrities. They take a stand, and then there's a few complaints, and they get scared, and they start deleting, and they backtrack. It's almost like, is the word I'm looking for, Odie, a coward? Could that be the word? Justin Bieber made a post on, I think it was Twitter. Yeah, it was Twitter, of support for Israel. Complaints started coming in, and it disappeared. To me, that is cowardness. Now, y'all may not agree with me on that.
Not standing up for your belief.
Yeah, that is not standing up for your beliefs. If you say it, stand by it. If you make a mistake, explain why you changed your mind. But we are talking about the chosen land. Stuff like that worries me. And what it puts into perspective for me, and all of this right here is just opinion, of we know what that book tells us will happen in the end days. You think about people right now from a little bit of peer pressure who change their minds, what will happen at the ends of times? And we all know what goes on during those times. What will people do? It's scary, isn't it? As we turn to other thoughts this morning and look along here, we have to say a Florida Republican. This guy's done this before. His name is Corey Mills. He went to Israel. He has rescued 32 Americans while the White House waits to figure out who and what to do. 32 have been saved. Now, we do know at this point there are 22 deaths of Americans and 17 still missing. That's a lot of our people missing, isn't it? Let's hope they're brought home, they're found. I fear the worst in those 17 that are missing. I'm not sure that you can understand this next man's comments unless you've reached an age in life to where I guess the words that I'm looking for, you've lived a few seasons to where you know when there's grace from God in a hidden way. Sometimes death is a grace from God of being given that gift. And I've said this before, one of the greatest gifts I think of passing away would be able to go peacefully in your sleep. A father. And this takes love to say this, and I'm not sure that a young person would understand this. I may be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Father Thomas, his 8-year-old daughter was killed in Israel, and he said that he's thankful that she was killed instead of taken captive by these awful people and tortured. I think he looks at it as a gift from God that she went quick instead of being tortured like some of these others. That's tough to say, but I'm not sure everybody would understand that if you don't have a little age, a few pages behind you as you get older and fully understand what life's about. That's a tough one there for a father to say that. But I don't think there's a single one of us that would want our child tortured or hurt by bad folks. And that's what's going on in Israel right now. These are some bad folks, very bad, as we've got ships deployed and headed that way. Benjamin Netanyahu, did I say that right? Netanyahu. Yeah, that's how you properly say that. He says, if you are a member of the Hamas, if I said that correctly, dead man walking are his words. He plans to destroy that terrorist group from the face of this earth. I can't say I don't blame him. They've done some awful things. Now, as we look at the White House, the White House admits, even though it was in a speech, where Biden said he did see the pictures of young children that were decapitated. Turns out he didn't. Now, I've seen pictures leading up to it, and I didn't go past that. We do have emergency workers that were on scene that said they saw it. I'm not sure that it is officially, they've had a states person see it, but they have had workers say that did happen. It has happened to soldiers. Rape is not even the word that is used of what happened to women and children in those areas. This next one that I say, as we look at California, And I want to be straightforward on this. We all know what the Amber Alert is. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're kidnapped or missing, that alert is sent out nationwide that someone is missing. California is starting something new, and I'm a little confused over it because I don't see where race plays into this at all. If you're missing, you're missing. The same amount of worry is put forth in the efforts, no matter what color skin you have, is sought after and taken care of. California creates an ebony alert. We have the Amber Alert that is for anybody. But that's what's going on in California. I thought you might want to know that. Do you remember the yoga teacher that killed her boyfriend? She was free for 10 minutes. She went for a doctor's appointment. She ran. They caught her 10 minutes later in a neighborhood out in Texas. She'll be tried. And all you Taylor Swift fans, don't worry. She's going to the next ball game. So that means good luck for y'all. Is that what it is? They seem to get excited over these things when Taylor shows up to a ball game. It has certainly helped the NFL without a doubt. More CEOs are joining those who said we need to see the list of the Yale students, all of these Harvard students that are against Israel. They want to see the list so that they're not hired, that say that Israel made a mistake protecting their own. That list has not yet come out. In polls, and we know how polls are sometimes, they really aren't what they say they are, but this is the news this morning. Trump skyrockets ahead of Biden by 9 points, even on the Democratic side, as people go, I'm not quite so sure Biden is the man for this. We'll see. That's a few of the headlines this morning as you're waking up, beginning your day, to get you kind of started on what's shaping America right now. Again, a big winner in California, $1.73 billion has been won. They have not come forward, and I'm not sure. Odie, do you know if California is one of those states to where you don't have to tell who you are?
I think you do.
You do have to tell in California. They're first grade people that sit next to them will find them before long.
You remember when you owed me money?
You owed me lunch money. Want it back. But whoever it is, congratulations on that. And I'm sure that there's other sparkles of winners. You know, like we had a $500,000 winner in the state of Mississippi not long ago. Congratulations to all of those. We'll be right back as we start this day. Put a smile on. Let's get together.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Let's get into this forecast. First, let's move over and take a look at this radar this morning of what we got. It's beautiful outside today. As we pull this up, look at all the rain that has left our area and headed toward Alabama. Yep, it's actually leaving Alabama, moving on into Georgia now. A lot of showers around Macon, Georgia, Augusta, those areas, Douglas, and Brunswick. All those on the moving in toward the Carolinas there. We do see some fog to our west in Alexandria, Louisiana. Nothing bad. And a little bit up near Chattanooga if you're traveling that way up for a weekend there. Whew, look at Purdue, Bowling Green, west of there. That is thick fog, and even a little bit there in Nash Vegas this morning. As we all know, the traffic in Nash Vegas is, well, it's not what it used to be. It's atrocious. Let's just tell what it is. It's not quite Atlanta, but it ain't slowing down as Nashville gains. More people moving there every day. It's big there in Nashville. All right, let's get into our forecast now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we pull up for today's record highs and record lows, it was back in 63 that we had a hot day. It was 94. We go back to 1951, some few years ago, 36 degrees on that early morning. As we look at today's forecast, somewhere between 72 to 73, as we'll get from Meridian as we move forward, 74 there. A few clouds as you get near Columbus Air Force Base and Starkville. Out to our west, we'll get a little bit warmer there in Vicksburg, 78, 79 through the Delta area. And due south, we'll see somewhere around 77 in the Brookhaven area. As we move east into Alabama, and again, it's 1 to 2 degrees difference of some say 71 today in Demopolis, 72. Tuscaloosa should see 75, but cooler weather as you get into Birmingham, or Birmingham, however you want to say it. 72 today in that area. Nice weather. Now, this is back down now. A few moments ago, they updated this to a level 1 on the threat for wildfire. It's getting a little bit better. That you can't beat that. The little bit of rain that we had last night did fix a little bit of this and changed the direction of that. Let me show you the new map that they just issued on this a few moments ago. This is the new one that we've got here. The western Lauderdale County area is still under that eastern side, getting better, got a little bit more rain, but back toward Jackson, still a limited threat. Now, reminding you that we still are under a burn ban. That has not left. Let's hope we'll get a little bit more rain in the future and all of this will calm back down. It was great for deer season. The patch is going to look better. As we pull it up, here's our 6 to 10 day outlook. As we see cooler weather on the edge of Mississippi and Alabama, a little bit cooler there in Florida as well. As we go west toward California, still warm there. As we look at our 7 day outlook, 73 today. Now, we still got that 10% chance of showers just kind of lingering around. As we get to the weekend, Friday, tomorrow, we'll end it with 78, but fog in the morning. Make preparations for that to leave a little bit earlier. Saturday, 78, and by the time we roll into Sunday is when we will start seeing a change here. 68, 66. Look at this for next week. And the lows will get into the 40s at night, not far from the 30-degree mark, but somewhere around 42 on Monday and Tuesday night. And let me say this, for those of you who are getting ready for the winter and you have not turned on your heater, fire that up this weekend. It's going to smoke. We all want that dust when you turn it on. Go ahead and burn that off so you'll be ready next week when you need a little bit of heat in your home. Because it does shock you when you turn that on for the first time for the year. That smell is sometimes strong that you hadn't run all year. As we look to another week into October, we pull it up to go back to look here through the 26th. We'll get back into the 70s there, but never quite getting more than 74, 75. Doesn't quite make 80, does it? No. We do have a big chance of rain there on the 22nd, rolling in with a 50% chance of showers there. We do hope that that will happen. We like that. As we glance forward here, as we look at what the National Hurricane Center is telling us. Now, we've got a new one that is developed here off the coast of Africa at a 30% chance. We look to Sean, who is now a tropical depression moving along at 35 miles an hour. Those millibars at 1,007. Nothing of a threat at this point. We're A-OK. This little bit of a rain that moved through here in the Gulf didn't develop into anything else other than that. As we look at our fishing forecast, best times to fish today, looks like it's going to be 10 o'clock through about, lunchtime. We'll call it 15 after, a quarter after on each one of those if you can get out. The wind's going to be northeast wind 5 to 10 with gusts reaching about 20 miles an hour today. So that's going to be rough on those lures as you're chunking them. Keep that in mind now as we go into deer season, pretty close to deer. Looks like it's going to be 10:30 beginning today for the best times to to hunt. As we pull this up for you to take a look, this will go from 10:30 to about 12:30 for our first major time. Your minor time is going to be right there at dark 30 if you're out bow hunting. Not a big chance. Your bigger chances this morning, but any day in the woods is great, and we all know that. As we get ready for this, we're sitting at 62 right now, a few minutes away from starting the morning show. Scott McQuaig's in the studio. He's walking around practicing a thing or two. Odie's ready. He's wearing orange. That's for Thursday. Hey, we're Halloween today, aren't we? Join us, won't you? We'll have the latest headlines that have gone on in our area. And don't forget about this. Support the pups. If you're looking for a great meal, this is coming up on November the 5th. This is a great group in the area, Roadside Rescue. They rescue dogs that, don't have a chance. That's the truth of that. Some barbecue plates going to be sold. If you need more information about that, we'll post that again. But you can always inbox us. We'll be glad to tell you all that. Morning, Dale Wood. Good to see you. We'll be right back. Don't miss out as the morning show gets underway at 7 o'clock.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.